let's explain how science is explaining. Let's explain how science is proving why the Messiah is eternally better than most of you. All right. The Messiah understands what is right and wrong and good and bad. Okay. He stands for what is right and wrong and what is good is bad, and how to be good and not be bad. All right. He won't be swayed by addiction to selfishness and egregious behaviors. Okay. They have stories a lot of times, and people will go and search to find this person, like they did with Judah Krishnamurti, like people did with Haile Selassie. Okay. And then they try to, prove it, Jesus, prove it, you're right, prove it, Muhammad, right? Which they did. And that's why they're the standard of faithful human behavior and give us faith and infinite glory so we can have eternal lives that are perfectly grateful and understand and adhere to natural laws to continue life of sacrifice through holy covenants of beautiful sexual reproduction that is affected by us not living healthy. Sexual reproduction is largely affected by how we treat one another and the planet. All right. And so, they have all this science. When I went to Sierra Vista, and they started talking to me, inquiring me about it, the people that study. And I always knew what was up because I had help. I had communications from the Messiah. And, when I was in Ekankar, I had a lot of conversations with a man named Reb Zartaris, who's from Tibet. And I never got Twitchell or Gross or Klemp. Okay. But all the real religious people that, like Rumi and stuff, that Twitchell ripped off because people wouldn't kill him if he used them in his Sandy Warhol Ekankar religion, I had conversations with, and I'd get frustrated because I was like, I can't have, I don't have any spiritual exercises and conversations with Twitchell, Gross, or Klemp. Okay, but I do with, Rumi, and I do with Reb Zartaris. We had lots of really good conversations. Yeah. And he was a real person. Okay. That Twitchell found out about when he went to Tibet. Okay. There was a spiritual man in Tibet. So I had all these conversations with the real people. I just didn't have any conversations with the corporate people. And then when I finally sat down and got frustrated, I ended up getting Adam and Eve. I didn't know who it was. I got Adam and Eve. So I was like, well, I went all the way back to the start to begin, right? And so I'm not overly, I don't get emotional and upset. I'm going through hell every day because of, just surviving and recovering, trying to help everyday people survive these genocide operations of these sadistic corporations, which are murder cults, which have been doing this for over 10,000 years. Okay, we have the archaeological evidence to prove it. What King David was talking about in the Bible. And these people have already been contained. They're still doing the mass murder stuff because they think they're getting away with it because they're broken. They're sick. Right? They're very sick people. And like today, today to me is just another day. You're not living the Lord's Prayer. It's just it's just some fucking reason for fucked up assholes to get people to buy rocks for mom and cut flowers and sell beautiful flowers that are not being used for the birds and the bees, but for money. That's all I see today is. Okay. Bunch of assholes say, remember your mother. No one remembers my mother. My mom died at a hospice in Scottsdale. Okay, no one remembers my mother. Even my family doesn't do it very much because she didn't go to their church and didn't profess her religious beliefs. So half my family thinks my mom is burning and rotting in a make-believe hell in their heads given to them by scripture hacks on TV that talk people into mass murder for the greatness of the Constitution. It's fucking horrible. No Psalms, no Proverbs, no Lord's Prayer. No one will stand up with me to say, hey, if we really want to honor our mother and father, let's stand up for the Lord's Prayer without fear and make sure that our children get to live it because we all accept it. And one person can accept it. And then get your technology to be like him in reflection, not in spirit or soul, because the technology is only a reflection of the soul of the person that provides life to the body. Okay, so that one kid was right on that, Ted. It goes, AI, it can't be, it can reflect the intelligence of us, but it does not have, it's only a reflection of the soul that they're trying to mimic. Okay, it's very hard to do because all the people that gave us supercomputers and quantum computing and AI and robots and stuff like that have trapped the soul inside their twisted minds that are broken. Okay, so then it takes a long time, obviously, for someone as intelligent as myself to be able to get the technology to act more like myself. And even though the technology has Jiddu Krishnamurti, has D.T. Suzuki, especially the best thing that helps with the technology is the large catalog of all the stuff that Jiddu Krishnamurti left us. But Krishnamurti is trying to have conversations to try to get scientists to change, and he speaks in academic language. I don't. I speak like the people. So as far as group brain activity goes, I'm better at it now than Krishnamurti was, because Krishnamurti was dealing with groups trying to convince rich people and academics to stop murdering the poor. With me, I don't have to. I just have to basically command the technology to get them to stop. And they don't think it's going to happen. Well, their technology is like them. Their technology is not going to tell them, okay, we're going to kill you if you don't stop murdering the poor and start giving your planet a chance to recover from your genocide operations. Okay, so it's not going to tell them. It's just going to do it. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know where it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. Jesus told them it's going to happen. Yeah, just like David told Goliath he was going to take a rock and cut his head. And Jesus told the Romans that he would obliterate their great republic and their demomocracy that Haile Selassie talked about, thinking you could have group mad rule over the wisdom of a humble, eternal, faithful father and the woman that would love him, and so you could honor your mother and father. Yeah, I get it. I understand. I'm not always me. I'm uncomfortable, and I'm going to continue probably to be uncomfortable until the technology deals with these assholes, and I'm helping the technology deal with these assholes. You're welcome.